you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed in attaining all in that which is your need? To be heard by the real answerer of all deeds, the true hero of all whom pleads. Who of you really want to bow down to the true King of Kings commanding the crown? To worship the one that ever rules alone, commanding everything of creation from the seat of its throne.
Good evening, and welcome to an A.H.A.D moment, the calm before the storm. I'm your host, Minister A.H.A.D, and with me have a beautiful panel as always. Co-host Brother Fakil Abdulaziz. On my left, usually on my right, is Lord Holy-Apostle Deen Saleem, and on my right is Holy Queen Mother Rabbit Saleem. My Ahezaah's peace and other blessings about everybody's presence. All praise is due to our Lord Most High, this new name of Ahezaah for this day and sending down of his word, this wisdom, this messenger here, and this mission that Ahezaah has set forth. We happen to be in the month of Ramadan. And one of the things that we want to discuss hopefully this evening is dealing with the misrepresentation as well as some of the misunderstanding that has taken place in the religion of Islam as well as the other religions that have gone astray from the truth that the Lord has sent down. One of the great blessings that Ahezaah explained to us here is that in this month, which most Muslims have been under the misconception from what I've been taught, even when I came into Islam, about the month of Ramadan, being that when the Quran was being revealed. But Ahezaah explained to us now that it is the month that when Muhammad received the revelation, it was the month of burning that he received when he received the revelation from Ahezaah. And it went on for those 25 years. And each time, as a reminder, as Ahezaah recorded, and as a remembrance for doing that, we would fast during the month, as Ahezaah explained to us. But it was a great blessing because I was under that conception for many years that the month of Ramadan, nobody ever explained it, that Muhammad just got it. And I'm like, 25 years, and just that 1 month? You know, people have been thinking for years the Quran came. No, it's only the beginning of the opening of the book of the time. I've already explaining, sending down his wisdom in the form of a book. And I said, wow, yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what this day is about, and what that day of Muhammad at the time that the Quran was coming down is the clarification of the word. It was very clear, it was very understood by the people in the language that they spoke and the dialect that they spoke. They understood, such as the question that the Prophet Muhammad what was caused to ask is shown in the Quran. You know me. You the people that know me. So what's the problem? You know, why all the disbelief? Why the problem with what this truth that I'm bringing down? You know who I am, and that just strikes me as being reflective of us recognizing Lord Holy-Apostle Deen in this day as a person from our culture, our psychology, you know, our people. You know, this is the word that's come clearly. You know, such as that from him, and certainly from his closest proponent, Holy Queen Mother, as well.
Well, I'm glad we're into this discussion because I was reflecting on Ramadan and the practice of how, when I accepted Islam, how Ramadan was perceived to me. And in this day and time, because Ahezaah has caused us to be A.H.A.D believers and has told us to uphold that which it had given to Prophet Muhammad in this day and time, you know. And I look at the world of Muslims out there that's fasting and what have you, and I'm looking at what Ahezaah has called us to, and I said that they don't understand that fasting is not about the abstinence of food. You know, not only that becomes one of the how can I say?
Main focuses.
Yes, that becomes one of the main focus, and that's something the devil tried to use against the people that try to fast too. Oh, you're not hungry. I think it's silly, but because you ain't asking the people in Africa that barely eat for 2 and 3 days, are they hungry? So why are you asking us? Are we hungry? If we're sacrificing for the good of you know, for the good of our own souls and for the cause that is greater than us, which is to please Allah and to be in order with what Allah sent down to us, then there's no hardship. You know, if our mindset is on the right thing.
Yes.
Go ahead, hold it.
Yes. I just want to touch on 2 things real quick. With the fasting, under the guidance of Elijah Muhammad, we ate once a day. And that was actually, that was a fast every day. So when it came to fasting during December, which they considered the month of Ramadan for them, it was like just didn't eat in the daytime. But we
Okay.
still ate once a day, you know.
Right.
And I thought personally, I took upon myself to fast in the way the Buddhists and Hindus fast, you know, in consecutive days.
Right.
And I remember in my early days coming into Orthodox Islam, brothers was telling me, oh, you fasting wrong. Astaghfirullah, you fasting wrong. Allah said don't put a hardship on yourself that you know, in regards to your fasting, what have you. To me, it wasn't a hardship for me to go 3 or 4 days, 5 days without eating because I was accustomed to that. And I meditated. I did a lot of things they didn't do. Now, and like Holy Queen Mother always talk about, point out how people be so involved in the food because that's the lesser thing, and most of the people in the world are involved in the physical, the lesser things, the periphery things, the outer things of the religion, and they don't go into the spiritual things, the mental thing, the psychological thing of religion. You know, they only deal with the outer. That's why dress is so important to people. You know, and the wearing of the beard and the imitating Muhammad and the, you know, and imitating the people in the East where the sisters wear the you know, the purdah and what have you, and they've made that a part of the religion, which is not really the religion. It's a way of life for the people over in the East, but that's not a part of the religion of Islam. You understand? That's a condition that Allah gave them to protect themselves from the sandstorms and things like that that was going over there. Now, the other thing I want to touch on real quick is about Ramadan from my own personal experience. When I received the Divine Book of Recitation, I burned hot. In the first 7 months or 6.5 months, because I received the book in 13 months. And the first half, I could, you know, I would take off my shirt and what have you, you know, and you know, but I was burning. And the divine word was coming down on me, the light, the fire of Christ, you know, because Allah is Christ. People get confused thinking that Jesus is Christ. Allah is Christ. Okay? Now, the light of Christ came down on me, the light of Nur, which Muhammad called it Nur. Same light. Burnt me up. In the second half, I had to come out my clothes. I was burning. You could smell my skin like I was on a frying pan. And during that time period, Allah explained to me that this is the Ramadan that Muhammad experienced. This is the Ramadan that Moses experienced. This is the Ramadan that every law-bearing messenger prophet experienced when the divine word come down on them. Now, through my awareness about different things happening to prophets when they receive Allah's word, I knew something was going to happen to me. I knew some ailment, something was going to happen because it happened to all the prophets. And then I contracted diabetes, you know, which made my feet coincide with what was written about me in the book of Revelation. I would have feet that would look like burnt brass, you know, and some other things came about. You know, but the burning was not the month. See, Muslims have you believing that it's the month of Ramadan. It's not the month of Ramadan. Muhammad was burning. He was on fire. Every time he received that word, the Ramadan was on him. You see? So they celebrated in the 9th month, or, you know, whenever, probably when the book first came down. Just like we celebrate or we respond to it in the 40 days. When you know, from the time of the dates of the time when it began and then when it ends, which it come out the 40 days, you know. But that's what the Ramadan is. It's not the month. Because, you know, I had the same question. If this is the month of Ramadan, Muhammad received a book in 25 years, something's wrong. Did it just come down during this month every year? you know what I'm saying? So the misconception came with time and people passing information around, information getting lost, you know, and what have you.
I know I first misconceived it as it being first coming in my practice in Islam, that it was a hot month in the year. Until I realized that month was, you know, when I did the Islamic calendar, that month was changing around.
You think about, that's
sometimes
another
it comes
thing.
in the winter time. So I'm like, totally confused in that aspect of it.
Yeah, because the month changed. What is it? The lunar
calendar. Which,
and it constantly changed. So how was this the burning month? You know,
my confusion.
But there's so many things, and you know, brothers are so proud to say that the Arabs got the greatest minds. You know, because they remember the Holy Quran. But if you sing a thing, you can remember it.
Right.
More easily.
That's true.
You understand? It's like the Jews. I believe they sing the Torah or whatever. They could remember that. You know, if you sing anything, how many songs can you remember?
Right.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But you know, I beg to differ because I think the Chinese got great minds. You know, but you know, that's just one of those misconceptions of the religion.
But maybe we might say one of the misrepresentations of the religion by imposing that they were the greatest people or they were the most blessed people or most deserving people. Or
Right.
like
The
that.
thing is that we have to be very careful with putting labels on people. Because Allah is saying, Quran, you know, that you have to leave the judging to it, and it alone. You know, it don't matter what you think of him or what you think of him. You know, that don't matter with Allah, and the truth is with Allah. You know, so I think that's where a lot of this misconception come in by us putting labels on things. But I got a phone call a couple days ago in regards to fasting, and someone asked me, well, are you allowed to get involved in intercourse while you're fasting? And I said, no. And they said, well, I have a Christian friend that's married to a Muslim. And I said, well, there go the problem right there. You know what I'm saying? We don't even need to discuss this any further. He wants to get involved with his wife, and she knows that he's fasting, and she's trying to find out. And I'm like, here go the problem right there. You know, and that's another misconception that people have, that two people of different religions could come together and make things work. Well, where's your foundation?
Yeah, if you go on and if both of you are faithful to your trust, you're going in different directions, as it is in the misconception of religion today. Because back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I'm talking about thousands of years ago, the true Christians knew that Jesus wasn't a Christian. You know, those people, I don't even, when did that come? 300 years after Jesus? They didn't call themselves Christians. They all believed in what Abraham believed in. Okay? Now, and then they had their squabbles because of divisions. Just like, you know, you got people who live in one part of the town, don't like the people in the other part of the town. You know, you got factions, gangs, and things. They had the same thing. They were the same people. Same type of situations going on. You know, but see, the whole thing is that in the world today, the devil is the most powerful in the religions today on earth. You understand? And why I say that? Because it's the devil in men that give them power, give their devil power. And then they move and groove and shake and bake the people. You understand? Just like the politicians who don't believe in religion, now today calling on in the name of religion, and going to say that the world is at war, the holy Christians against the holy Muslims, and you got all these holy religious warriors. They got shows like that there. You got sisters coming from the east who want to turn to the ways of the west, so they supporting what the west saying. They denouncing the Quran and denouncing, you know, their orders over there, but at the same time their men had led them into misconceptions and false things, going overboard. You understand what I'm saying? Losing the balance of religion, you know? Now, I asked some people the other day, you know, if they fear the devil. And I was told yes. You know, and my Lord said to me, to fear the devil is to serve the devil.
Absolutely.
You know? And I understand that, because if you fear something, you'll bow down to it, you'll be manipulated by it, you'll be maneuvered by it, because you're afraid of it. It'll make you do things other than what you want to do.
What you're supposed to do.
If you're afraid of it, okay? Now, I kept thinking about that thing and thinking about it, and you know what it came up to? I said, look how the people are afraid of something that they don't even know, never knew. Oh yeah, you think you know the devil? What you know about the devil? What they show you on TV, what they show you in the movies, what the devil servants want you to think and fear. So what you fear? Those who fear the devil fear an illusion. They fear an illusion that is presented to them through theater, movie, television, and books. And they're doing a great disservice to the Lord by fearing that. You say, close your eyes and meditate, and you think about going to heaven or hell, man, they come up with all the pictures that they done seen in the theater.
Yes.
Huh? Now, I've seen pictures of the devil. I've seen visions. I've had visions of the devil and the devil's servants and different devils on different levels and everything. And yeah, they look like some of the things they present to you on television because other people have seen them too and painted the pictures and did whatever. You know, no problem. But in the reality of all things, the Lord Most High, the Creator, the reality, the essence of being, the hue that Moses said, oh, hue and essence, Yahuwah, oh, hue, oh, essence and guide. You understand? That's the reality. That's the power. Huh? That's the power. And Moses got burnt up. When he came up from his Ramadan, that fire, his hair was white. Huh?
Yes.
You understand? That's the power. The devil don't have no power. None whatsoever. The devil got as much power as you and I. The devil got as much power as an ant. A hurricane, a tornado don't have any power. The reality that manifested, that make it known, that created and show it, that's what has the power. That's why even those things are guided.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to break it down as simple as possible.
Yeah.
You know? See, I know people might be fast on the draw to say, did you hear what that guy said? A hurricane ain't got no power. I wish a hurricane come to this house or a tornado, whatever. I'm telling you that those elements of life are controlled by the reality of being. That's why it can prophesy what's going to happen in this day and time, because it is the one that's making everything happen.
Yes.
Huh? When it said the angels at in the four elements of the earth, and man twisted that up and said the angels at the four corners of the earth, angels in the four elements, and we have four elements of earth.
That's right.
The Lord said it would destroy them at every portion of the earth, every corner of the earth. It would destroy it in this day and time. How can it say that? Because it has control, it has power, it is reality, it knows what it is going to do. Huh?
Yes, sir.
You see? So those who fear the devil, you need to stop fearing the devil. You need to stop looking at so much television, so much movies, and looking at them comic books and all whatever you look at. Stop reading those fables. Stop reading them books that they associate with the divine books. And get into Allah's word. Because when you start mixing those other things up, then here comes the confusion.
Right.
You understand?
And that stuff take you so far out that you don't even realize that you out.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, people don't realize we sometimes come on that television try to occupy our time where we really should cut it off and open up our holy books and seek Allah's guidance in it. Because I'm telling you, the things that we think we have control of, we don't have control of. And let me tell you, when you turn from Allah to turn to something else, then Allah allows that thing to attack you.
Yes.
You know?
Allah attacks you through that thing. Like they say, I fear the devil when I say, and I stand to be corrected by any brother or sister in religion. I don't care from the Pope down to the dope. That Allah, that Ahezaah, that Amen, Ra, the reality, the Creator, that's the one to be feared, not the devil. That one that is alive and give life, the eternal being, that's the one to be feared. The one that controls the sun, the moon, the stars, the one that is at every place at all times. The one that is the supreme mind of all things. The life and breath of all things, that thing that's unknowable and unseeable, that's beyond, you know, creation itself. I mean, you look at some of them scientists, they trying to figure out the Big Bang and what have you, and everything. They so comical. They just keep making up stuff and making up stuff, trying to make all these theories meet and match, and every time they don't match, you know, they go back and say, well, we got to make it, this fail, that fail, we going to make it match. Man's mind is limited. It's limited. You can only see and come to know that which the Lord Most High, the Creator, gives you to see and know by experience, by realization. That's all an illusion, yes.
No, I was just laughing as you was talking. That made me think about something. Let's just take a view of The Exorcist, right? And the girl body is floating in the air, and then the priest up there all scared and saying all this. First of all, that was her own demon to wrestle with, right?
Yeah.
And it just made me remember what Allah said in Quran. Choose to be of those who believe as you believe.
Right.
And see, we don't never take things and twist it into the smallest thing. Now, the priest and them went over there to try to get the devil out of her. That is what people do that think they're righteous.
Yeah,
they go
they
and
judge themselves and think they righteous.
Right, and then you go and you think you can help someone else, not knowing that you need all the help that you could get.
Yeah.
And you go and you connect yourself with a disbeliever, thinking you're going to take them to believe. When Allah tell you to leave them alone.
Right.
Let them be their way and you be your way. Leave them alone. Allah tell you that for a reason, because I have not seen yet where a person could turn a disbeliever into a believer, but I have seen over and over and over again how a disbeliever could turn a believer into a disbeliever.
Yeah.
Have you questioning and doubting, walking away, questioning your own faith. Then next thing you know, you'll be saying, I used to be Muslim. I used to be an A.H.A.D believer.
That's why I say there's no such thing as a used to be Muslim. Because once you are a believer, it's no, you know, everything is Muslim. Let's get that straight. You know, the brothers, they love Arabic so much, but they won't teach nobody the truth about Arabic. You know, why be so foolish to want to speak Arabic and then don't explain the Arabic if you're going to speak it? If I speak pig Latin, you know, street talk, I'm going to explain to you what I'm saying. You understand? So Muslim is representative of everything in creation. That's an Arabic word for everything. You understand? But it ain't no such thing as I used to believe. You see, because once you believe, you are taken all the way. You become of no doubt and certainty. Die of yourself to live in the Lord Most High. Now, I used to try to believe. I tried belief, but I failed. I tried faith, but I failed. Not I used to be, you know, because when you say I used to represent that, when I used to be a believer, a Muslim, because they saying they believer by saying Muslim, now you representing the Lord. Now you saying I used to represent the Lord and I don't represent the Lord no more. You know, and you can't do that, you know. I had somebody else tell me that, and this was disappointing, but you know, I used to know best, that they had to save their soul. They were telling a friend that they were, you know, they needed to save their soul. They was gonna save their soul. And I was disappointed because, you know, for all these years I've known this person, you know, my word to this person was that the soul is above you. The soul of man is above man. The soul of creation is above creation. Every created thing has a soul. You got people in religion, Muslims, run around here saying that only man got a soul. I don't know where they get that from. No prophet ever said that. Everything got a soul. People don't understand what soul is. And they got the devil leading them, making them think soul is emotions. Soul is spirit. Soul, if you could dance, you got soul. If you got rhythm, you got soul. That's not soul. Soul is in a deep, dark place, way beyond us. In a presence with the Lord of the most mysterious being. And it is fixed in its way. It is the only thing about you that will never change. It do not change. Everything else changed. That's the opposite of your being here. And it is in complete control of the hands of the Lord Most High, in complete obedience to it, and all things of the truth of you are in it. And if you go against the truth of yourself, the commandments of the Lord Most High, your soul, that's what make you sick.
Yeah.
That's what attack you. That's what cause you all the problems and emotional distress and psychological distress and what have you. That's the part of your being that comes down against you, because that is in the force of harmony. That's in the force of nature. That is the nature of your being and the harmony of your being. And if you go against, that's just like trying to run outside into a tornado and go against it.
Right.
You feel where I'm coming from? And that's the whole thing about soul. And man can't touch that. And I said to this person, because this person reminded me of the Christians, I said, you know, because, you know, she was saying, well, I got to save myself. And I said, listen, because I know her friend she was talking about had to be Christians. Jesus couldn't save himself.
Yeah.
People walk around here talking about Jesus, love me, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. They don't know that the devil has led them to that saying.
Yeah.
The devil has taken them down, anything to keep them away from the Creator, the reality of being, which is all present, all one, one all of everything, unseen and always present. People talking about, I'm going up there. Up there? You go up there and you going out of space.
That's true.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yo up there is within dimensions.
Another movie image up there.
It's always the
Yeah.
television image. You know, like the astronauts went up to the moon, said they ain't find the Lord up there. I said, I want to see them go down into the lava in the middle of the earth and that magma and see if they can find the devil. You understand? I'd love to see him go down there and send a message up in smoke signals. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Say, well, I ain't find the Lord up here, but the devil must be down here because I am showing up on fire. You know?
Right.
Yeah. So that's the illusion of Jesus being the loving one on the cross, the sacrifice. Muhammad always, you know,
just think about
emulating
this
what
here.
I imagine Muhammad was like to you.
Think about this here. You got billions of people, numbers of billions of people that have lived in the past 17. Let me see. This is 19, 20. In the past 1,800 years, 300 years after Jesus, that followed that way. Can you imagine how many people have gone to the throne of the Lord talking about loving and worshiping its servant equal to loving and worshiping it?
Yeah.
Jesus himself have cursed them.
Yeah.
Just like Muhammad would curse any Muslim running around here professing that there's no one to come after him.
Yeah.
Muhammad would curse because Muhammad believed in revelation. And Muhammad knew that revelation, the time of revelation, had not come. That's why I say in the Holy Quran, he don't know the hour.
Yeah.
Huh? He knows it's coming, but he don't know the hour. Not even Muhammad don't know the hour, but Muhammad believed in what hour? That was talked about in the book of Revelation. Therefore, if you read the book of Revelation, some prophet had to come to loose the seals of the book with loose the book with 7 seals on the back of it. That's a prophet.
Who else?
That's right.
Who else?
I mean, how could men so clearly allow the devil to come in, infiltrate, and turn the religion around, and then they want to fight and die and go die for that stuff, man? So many religious people call themselves holy and call themselves of Allah and Amen and of Jehovah and Yahweh. They're going to hell.
Yeah.
You saying that made me just reflect on something when you was talking about Jesus. Made me think about how we were talking about misrepresentation, how people get so caught up in illusions or with what they call miracles. They make these like things so great, and that causes them to find faith, which their faith is so small, because they need this big, you know, like Moses, you know, they said Allah caused the sea to part so that people could go through the sea. We know that with Allah, anything's possible, and that's easy with Allah, you know. But the people crossed the sea and was the biggest disbeliever there was.
Yeah.
You know, now they say Jesus walked on water, right? But before, Jesus walked on water and did all that stuff, but then they didn't take in consideration that Jesus couldn't stop them from hanging them up on that cross.
Who of you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed and attain